We still in Columbus, Ohio. The last video I did was about an officer in Columbus. So what I'll do is I guess I'll put the link in the description if I remember, or I just link it at the end of the video. Yeah, I was looking at some things coming out of Columbus, and I will do another video after this one about a separate incident in Columbus. So yeah, we're gonna focus on Columbus for a bit. They got a black police chief up there, but we know the usual routine, what they do in areas where there's a lot of problems with police officers. They'll put a black face in charge, but it's just business as usual in many cases. A Columbus police officer has lost his job after engaging in sexual acts multiple times while on duty at a local grocery store, according to the division's chief. Watch what you buy out of these stores. He might have been back there on the parsnips getting busy. Columbus Police Chief Elaine Bryant spoke with NBC on Friday, where she discussed the termination of Officer Robert Spann for actions while on special duty. Yeah, special duty in that booty, huh? Oh my goodness, you can't make this up. So he's on special duty getting booty at an at an unspecified Kroger in the area. They don't want to say which Kroger it is. That's with good reason. Kroger don't want their business to be tainted by such foul acts, I guess. A document dated for Tuesday detailed Bryant made the decision to fire him for violating the division's rules of conduct with consensual sexual activity with a store employee. Bryant had been notified by Columbus Inspector General's office about a complaint filed against Spann in October. He was caught on camera doing some sexual acts, and it was an excessive amount of times, Bryant said. I want to believe at least 9 times that was caught on camera, and when that was brought to the Inspector General's attention regarding an investigation, they in turn contacted us. Bryant said that she and the Inspector General's office deliberated on whether or not there would be a criminal investigation against Spann, but the store played a role in the decision as well. Once it was determined that it was not going to be a criminal investigation because Kroger chose not to prosecute, it was then investigated by the Inspector General, Bryant said. So Kroger didn't want to prosecute. Do you think if it was a brother that was back there smashing some white broad, that they would prosecute? Just asking a question. That's all. The recommendation was made that there be discipline regarding what he did. It was brought to our attention, it came here, and ultimately we made the decision that he should be fired. Same thing. If it had been a brother, you think they would have charged him with something? Just a question I'm asking. Spann was one of 2 officers fired within a week. The separate case, Bryant and the city's director of public safety, Kate Paul Shoddy, decided to terminate Officer Donovan. Decided to terminate Officer Donovan Beaver after a videotaped arrest where he shoved a teen's face into a concrete sidewalk and held him by his dreadlocks. Pashotti also released a statement regarding Spann's termination, whether an officer is on duty being paid by the taxpayers of Columbus or a private special duty entity. They represent this division and are expected to conduct themselves accordingly, Pashotti wrote. Officer Spann's conduct violated his oath and his duty to serve and brought dishonor to the division of police. His inappropriate conduct while in a uniform capacity neglected his responsibility. The kind of behavior demonstrated here is unacceptable and will not be tolerated, yada yada. Bryant said the Spann and Beaver's actions did not represent the team as a whole. Here we go with all of that. You know, the usual speak they give. I'm not even gonna, repeat all of that stuff they say at the end, how that's not how this department is represented and blah blah blah, and we do not tolerate that behavior and unacceptable, blah 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 blah. Questions. I want to ask again. Had this officer been black, would Kroger have prosecuted? And had he been black, would the police department themselves prosecute? This is a question I want to ask. Now, he's supposed to be out patrolling and doing his duty. Instead, he in the back of a grocery store getting some booty. Man, you can't make this stuff up. 9 times, though. 9 times, and he was still allowed to have his job and continue doing it 8 more times? Unbelievable. Columbus, oh my goodness. We're gonna love you, Columbus. We're gonna put all your dirty wares on public display. I got another video coming up from Columbus, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. The degenerate behavior of these officers in Columbus is just off the charts. Yeah, it would have been nice for him to go get some jail time, and then he can have sex all he want to while he locked up. All right, we're going to close it out. Just a quick video about Columbus. Like I said, we will have another one shortly. I see any more stories out of Columbus, I would definitely upload them. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we will see you on the next one.